Hello, welcome to a new exciting Creature tutorial. This is a Creature Unity tutorial covering the new CreaturePack Unity runtime. And what is the CreaturePack Unity runtime? Well, you are looking at it right now. The CreaturePack Unity runtime is a super high performance, lightweight version of the original Creature runtime for Unity. And CreaturePack runtimes are available for the WebGL and Unreal Engine runtimes as well. And I will go through the advantages and disadvantages of the CreaturePack file format compared to the original file format, either in flat buffers or JSON format. But before we go on, here is an example of the CreaturePack runtime in action, running actually in Unity WebGL. So this entire demo was actually running in a web browser. That's how high performance it is. And I can actually make it full screen. Let's take a look here. So here is the CreaturePack runtime running in full screen mode in WebGL on my web browser in Unity. So you can see how high performance it is. Every single object here, the flowers, the plants, the birds, everything is done with the CreaturePack runtime. You can see the frame rate is very, very, very good, and everything is super smooth. Also, the load times are very, very fast. So that's what CreaturePack is designed for. Okay, so let me exit from this web player and let me go through the CreaturePack runtimes. So before you begin, go onto the Creature Unity GitHub page over here, and there's a couple of updates lately. There is a new directory called CreaturePack, so click on that if you want to use the CreaturePack runtime. So this is the CreaturePack directory. All right. So I'm the CreaturePack directory. There's the full documentation on the GitHub page itself telling you how to use it, but I'm also going to walk through it with you in this video. That's the point of this video. Now, before I continue, you're probably wondering why should I use CreaturePack versus the original Creature JSON or flat buffers format that I alluded to. Well, so let's go through what CreaturePack is. So CreaturePack is a lightweight version of the original Creature JSON or flat buffers plugin. So it also has Mac anim support, so you should find it very useful, and you can also control the animation switching using C# scripting. Now, what are the advantages? So it's a pure point cache. So it's extremely high performance, right? There's very little to no computation done because there's no bone posing. So essentially, this is as fast as it gets. It might actually even probably be faster than FBX in Unity, in the native FBX runtime. So if you care about performance, you probably care about CreaturePack. It's lightweight, it's got less files, so there's a lot less setup cost, so that might appeal to you. So it's extremely useful if you're animating a lot of characters in, say, crowd scenarios, right? So that's a very useful thing, like what you saw just now with the hummingbirds and the flowers and the plants. That's a lot of characters on screen at one time at a very, very smooth frame rate. Or on low-end devices, CreaturePack performs extremely well. Now, what does it not have compared to the original JSON or flat buffers format? Well, because it's a lot more lightweight format, it doesn't have a skeleton. Okay, that's important to understand. There's no skeleton, and so if you're going to do real-time IK, for example, if you're going to override the bones, there's no bones to override. So that's a limitation it has, and it has less gameplay features. There's no game control on it, so you're going to have to write your own. It's not that difficult because the renderer is available there, and you can see the hummingbirds are flying left and right on the screen. That's actually controlled by code. So of course you can do gameplay features with it. It's just that there's no official game controller support with it, so you just have to write your own mono behavior class to reference a CreaturePack renderer and then do your appropriate behavior. But it's a very lightweight plugin, so that's what it's designed for. So it has less power and flexibility compared to the original plugin. So that's the basic gist of it. However, if you are using this for background characters for crowds, it's extremely useful, right? Or if you're using it for a character that doesn't need that many gameplay features, it's also extremely useful. And you can actually mix and match both the CreaturePack and the Creature JSON flat buffers format, which is what I highly recommend. You can use CreaturePack for the secondary characters or background characters, and you can use the Creature JSON flat buffers for the main characters or characters you care about where you need a lot of gameplay functionality, right? Okay, so without further ado, I am going to jump into Unity, and I'm going to show you how to set up CreaturePack. Okay, so back to the CreaturePack Unity tutorial, and before we go back into Unity, I just want to say that once you're in the CreaturePack directory, you're going to have to drag in the distro and editor directories into your Unity assets folder in order for the plugin to activate. Right? Now, also, you're going to have to export the CreaturePack file for use, of course, for our Unity runtimes. Now, in the game engine export window, there is this window over here, the export window, which has options, and one of the options is CreaturePack web format. So these are the set of options you have to care about. Now, there are a couple of things you should know. One of them is the gap step. So gap step is basically the sampling rate. It controls the quality of the export. So gap step determines how many in-between frames CreaturePack the exporter will sample from. So if your gap step is 1, this means the CreaturePack exporter is going to export every frame, which means your file size is going to be quite large, but your quality is going to be really, really high, basically the original quality. And that's probably not what you want, because the whole point of CreaturePack is to have very small file sizes. So typically the recommended gap step is from 2 to 4. That is, you sample every 2 to 4 frames. So it samples every 2 to 4 keyframes. And you will be surprised at how well it keeps the quality. So I recommend that, because if you sample from 2 to 4 frames, you reduce the file size by 2 to 4 times, which is quite tremendous. The other thing you should care about is the pack UV swaps and pack colors. Now, the pack UV swaps should be checked on if you're using sprite swapping. If you're not, just uncheck it so it doesn't export extra data. And pack colors as well. If you aren't doing opacity animation, you're not doing fading in Creature, uncheck that to save on file size. So you can see the CreaturePack web format is optimized for exporting small files, and it actually does it really, really well. Okay, so once you're done with that, you click the export button, and depending on which version of Creature you have, you export it out into a directory. Now, in the directory, I have a screenshot here for you. In the directory, you're going to have a bunch of files, as you know. And there are a couple of files that Creature exports out, different files that can be used in various engines and different runtimes, right? The file you only really care about is this .creaturepack file. That is the CreaturePack file that has been exported from the Creature editor, and the other file you care about is the image atlas file, the PNG file, which you use for all runtimes, of course. Now, the issue here is, as you know, if you're a regular Unity user, in Unity only reads in binary files with a .bytes extension, right? Unfortunately, the CreaturePack file has a .creaturepack extension so that you can identify it easily. So you're going to have to drag this file into Unity, into the assets folder, and then rename it with the .bytes extension. So that's very important, okay? In order for the Unity IDE or editor itself, the game engine itself, to actually recognize this as a binary file. So copy this into the Unity assets folder and then rename it with the .bytes extension. Okay, so once you have that, we can start with actually using setting up the CreaturePack runtimes. Okay, so we are now in Unity, and first thing you do is click on Game Object. A new menu item should pop up called CreaturePack. You just go in there and click on CreaturePack Asset. So that's the first thing we create. And then we also go in again and create the CreaturePack Renderer. So those are the two essential items we need in order to use CreaturePack. Now click on CreaturePack Asset, and we are going to drag in the data for the CreaturePack asset, which is, let's try it with a fox character. So I have it here. I'll drag it in here, and immediately you can see it self-populates with all the animation clips. Very nice, right? These are all the animation clips of the fox character. Okay, and once you are done with that, let's go to the CreaturePack renderer. I am going to drag in the asset I just created, and I'm going to drag it into the pack asset slot. Okay, and again you can see it's self-populated, and then I am going to drag in the fox's texture atlas file, which is what you're requiring, and there you go, the fox is appearing. I recommend picking a shader like, say, a particles alpha blended shader. That works quite well, but if you have your own custom shader that does transparency, that works as well. So anyway, so we have the fox character over here, and that's really all it is. If you play the animation right now, you will see, let me just zoom out, that the character is animating. Brilliant. Okay. So that is basically done. Are we done? Well, let me show you a couple more features. So when you go to the CreaturePack asset, the creature asset, you can also build a state machine. Click Build State Machine, and it will actually build you a state machine in the assets folder itself. If you double click on it, you can see it has essentially created these different states that you can use mechanism essentially to control the animation of a character. So I can say, for example, I can right click on default and say make a transition to run, and then I can then make a transition back to default. Okay, really simple stuff here. And once I'm done with that, I can go to, let's go back to the scene, let's click on the pack renderer, and I can drag the state machine over, and that will actually create an animator object for your renderer. And let's see what happens now. Let's see if it does anything. Oh, there you go. See this? So the fox is now transitioning between the idle state, the default state, and the run state. That's because in my animator you can see it's actually running the two animation states, right? And that's essentially what CreaturePack is. It's a very lightweight but very, very high performance plugin to playback creature mesh deformations, creature animated mesh deformations in Unity itself. So I think it'll be very, very useful for anybody who wants to use crowds of characters, high performance, lightweight crowds of characters that run on all types of devices with very, very good frame rates. So I hope you find this useful, and you can also download the Hummingbirds demo from the Creature Demos website, Creature Demos GitHub, sorry. And let me show you where it is. So in Creature Demos, there you can download, you can basically grab this repository, and there is a folder called Birds Pack Demo, which you can grab easily. And this is basically the Hummingbirds demo. If you want to see how a bit of gameplay features, like how the birds were made to fly around randomly, this you can take a look in this directory itself, where I explain to you where you can see how it's done. Right? So you can definitely add gameplay into CreaturePack itself. It just takes just a bit more extra code through mono behavior. So thanks for watching, and I hope you find this very useful for your projects.